Hey people, hope you are doing alright tonight. I just got back from the Annapolis Bay Bridge. Just took some time to relax a little bit. I got a bunch of stuff to do tonight. Behind me I have a big box of shirts. Shirts have been restocked, and so the first thing I'm going to do is send out the orders that need to go out, and then I'm going to stock them in these milk crates behind me. What is going on with my glasses? I got some... Oh, there it is. But yeah, what are you guys up to tonight? Hey Holly, how are you? So you guys got to go for a swim today. I'm jealous. Definitely. Yeah, when the kids are back, I'll definitely bring them up there so we can go swim. Oh my gosh. Somebody just renamed Lady Antebellum as Lady Anti-BLM. Oh, I love the internet. Alright, I gotta turn off Twitter so I can actually be productive. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is open up my order forms. Still got this spot on my glasses. I really need to order an extra set of glasses, honestly. Just so that I have an extra pair. Damn it. Where is it? There we go. this package has to be mailed out. I was gonna drop it off in Silver Spring, but because my amazing shirt printer, Red Panda Printing, actually delivered the shirts, I won't be going to Silver Spring, so this weighs 2 pounds 7 ounces. And hey Jakey, it's 9 by 9 by 9 by 9 by 9. How do I want to send this? Hey Nettie, how are you? So I said 2 pounds 7 ounces, and it's 9 by 9 by 9, and insurance. Day 143. Yeah. Where are you, Nettie? Sorry, my Spanish is pretty terrible. Salish Nation. Very nice. Alright, where's my... Okay, so this is going to Silver Spring. Hablamos Spanglish. What are you up to tonight, Nettie? Alright, that's done. What else? Oh, I need to add it to the map. Map. Tinto, mel e o chá. update this a bit. So let me save this text.
Okay. I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for? Hmm?
What are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I was just a bit pissed about. I'm tired of people comparing, such like astrological sign.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think you're just making some generality,
Yeah.
and I really don't think that this is evil. I don't think that any kind of sign are evil. Just that some just are not that much compatible.
Some are not just what?
Not compatible. How do you say that?
Really? You think that some signs are not compatible at all?
I think maybe less, like maybe they don't make a good match as couple or something like that. But like it's not like to the point that they cannot be together. Well, I mean, not be around each other. But I don't think that any sign can be evil and blah blah. I think it's also also a result of a lot of factors, like the environment you go.
Can you hear me now, Jake? Jakey, can you hear me now? That better? Okay.
Well,
So many screens. Actually, this is just one of my screens. I also have a screen over that way and a screen above. These are just windows. So I think I need to make these random and add these images that I don't have. Promo shots I have. Did I choose? Choose what? What am I supposed to choose? What did I miss? That one's already in there. That one's already in there. That one's not in there. I don't think. Nope. Hey Key, bonsoir. putting up photos you took, Nico. That one's in there already. Yep, there it is. Bonsoir et bonne nuit. Nope, you didn't glitch. I'm updating the product images for the shirts. And I gotta put all these in here too. You're already famous. What's her name? I'm trying to remember. Lucretia Berry. This is Noah. Nothing for now. I just got a giant box of shirts, so I'm good for a while. Okay, let's update this and see how it looks before I add all these other photos, which are all still downloading anyway. Might want to make web safe versions of them just because there's so many. Okay, this is not doing it randomly though. It needs to do it randomly. Gallery, edit, random order, update, refresh. It's still not random. That's annoying. I guess it is what it is. Oh, I have a duplicate on there. Let me fix that. How big are these images? Oh, yeah, these are a couple megabytes each. size folder. Open up Automator. Smooth Jazz. This is Nicholas Payton. Workflow. Size. Image. Image size. Scale. There we go. So let's make these 800 max. Throw them all in here. Oh, I gotta duplicate them first. So we duplicate them in this folder. There we go. Take all these, put them in there, and run it. Alright, all done. Now they should be much smaller. Let me check. Yeah. Much more reasonable. Might even be too small. I should have made them 1,000. Yeah, let me do them 1,000. Let's try this again. Delete this. Copy all these. Copy them into the folder. Select them all. And let's do 1500 pixels. Done. Let's check the sizes again. Yeah, that's decent. Now I won't need all of them, just some of them. So let's see. That's a good one. He almost didn't recognize me? What hawk? What do you mean? Do I do all my own web development and content management? Yeah, most of it. Why do you ask? Oh, you want me to get a mohawk? I can. We did? I thought it was just Orion's mohawk. But I mean, I'm down. The kitty making a cameo? I don't know. Sometimes when it's too hot, she doesn't show her face. That is set to go. Finally. Let's check what other orders I got in here. Medium black shirt. Wish you could live draw? I could teach you how. You've got all the equipment. Wind me with your eye tonight. Speak with no words. Show me and I'm all yours. Show me and I'm all yours. All that you want, all that I need. Eyes are like the smoke. Linger on me. All that you want, all that I need. Eyes are like the smoke. Linger on me. You got me so hard. Finally breathe. Finally breathe. Finally breathe. You got me so hard. Finally breathe. Finally breathe. Finally breathe. And I'm all yours, and I'm all yours. Show me I'm all yours, and I'm all yours. All that you are, all that I need. Sunset in your eyes, like me. With your loving, I'm searching for the thrill. It's you, you make me feel. You make me feel. Touch me with no hands, hold me with your eyes. I don't want Big smile. I'm getting texts. There we go. It's about that time. No, nothing like that. Just somebody being silly. Mark it off on the map. You watching Paranormal? That show is so fake. Not this one. You started watching because they had stuff that you'd seen. Creepy, creepy. At least the ghosts all know you there. 2 private family cemeteries. That's creepy. Come on down? You want me to come down there? So I'm not living them stream. I'm not live streaming them anymore. Because I don't want cops identifying people through my streams. Where your dad is, it's kind of like just a lot warmer. Way fewer people. switch. In September, you'll be in Virginia Beach. I would love to come there. Text me the dates. I would really love that. Time sharing, 2 bedrooms. Oh damn, I really want to go. I really want to go. Please tell me the dates. First week of September? Okay, yeah, let me know. Done. All right, I need to get a piece of cardboard. Right back. So it was just the first week? You're gonna leave like on what is it? August 30th? Since I have you here, I'm just gonna add it to the calendar now. Okay, sounds good. Kids or no kids? Should I just come by myself? He's asleep. Aww. I don't know if school's gonna start at all. Nobody has any clue. They're not gonna decide that anytime soon. So I sold in Canvas. This one is Richard and Mildred Loving, and this is going out to Portland, which is super cool. I'm gonna guess that school's not gonna open, and so the kids will be remote learning for the foreseeable future, so doesn't really matter where they are. Wrap this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, even if it's just a few days, it would be worth it. But I'd like to come down for as many days as I can, honestly, because it sounds awesome. Just relaxing, chance to unplug. Alright, I'll put this around backwards. Like that. Thank you very much. Add a little more protection to this side. run a seminar. You know a lot of up-and-coming artists and love your insight. I'd be happy to help. Insight on what exactly? I have done seminars, now that I think about it. It's been a while though. Getting out there. I try to manage my business. I don't know that I'm always successful at it, but yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. I'm always happy to help emerging artists. Even though sometimes I feel like I'm still emerging. Alright, that's good there. Same thing down here. Hey Ken, how are you tonight? Part of a few shows, but never really broadcasted your work. Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's do something. That sounds good. Alright, that's good. And then wrap this around like this, and wrap this around like that. Just about closes it. That's good. So I am shipping a piece that I made. I'll show it to you. It's a portrait of the Lovings. Have you ever heard of the Lovings? Let's see. Lovings, Lovings, Lovings. On my website. Wait for it. There they are. So this is a portrait of Richard and Mildred Loving. Yeah, and that's their actual last name. And they were the first people to fight the anti-miscegenation laws in the United States. So they got married and moved. They got married in Washington D.C. and then moved to Virginia, where they were from. And of course, the cops beat down their door and threw them in jail. And they fought it. And they won, and they are the reason why black people and white people can get married in this country. It's because of their case. And their names are Richard and Mildred Loving. And every year there's National Loving Day, which is celebrated in their honor. And this piece was one of the first pieces that I made without a quote. And the reason for that is during the court case, it got, of course, a lot of national press, and a lot of reporters were coming up to Richard, and and they're asking him, for statements and all kinds of stuff like that. And he says, I don't want any reporters. I don't want any quotes. I don't want any TV cameras. I don't want any radio shows. All I want to do is love my wife. And then he walked off. You always learn something new. Yeah, their story is really beautiful. There's actually a movie called Loving that is came out a few years ago, but it's really, really beautifully written. And so a print of this piece was ordered by a friend of mine who's I used to work with him, and he's in an interracial relationship himself, and so he's out in Portland, and so I think he bought this as a surprise for his partner. It was really awesome. So I'm wrapping it all up, getting ready to ship it out. It's always good to keep learning. As long as you keep learning, you're not dead. Never want to be old and stuck in your ways. As long as you have the willingness to learn, then you will. Yeah, can you imagine? And it wasn't that long ago. This happened in 1967. Almost the 70s. It was not that long ago. And of course, there were tons of racists who opposed it. They got death threats. They got all kinds of shit thrown at them. Just for being in love. But yeah, I highly recommend the movie. The movie is just gorgeous. It's a really, really beautiful movie. Always learning. Yep. Yeah, 1967 was not that long ago. And not only that, but in the year 2000, yeah, like the timeline on the shirt, yep. In the year 2000, was when the last state finally adopted the anti-miscegenation laws. So Alabama was the last state, and they finally adopted it in the year 2000. Only 20 years ago did Alabama adopt that law. So, yeah. Crazy stuff, man. That's why I think that timeline is so important, because people do not realize how recent everything was, It was not that long ago. Alright, that's ready to go. Let me measure it. That's why people still fight for what they fight for. Alright, so this is 10 by 21. 10 by 21 by 3. 10 by 21 by 3. And it weighs... thing. So this is going to be parcel select, and I said 3 pounds, 8 ounces, and 10 by 21 by 3, 10 by 21 by 3. And then this is going to have insurance on it. There we go. What's your weekend been like, Ken? What you been up to? Here's the tracking ID. Hot here. 116. Goodness gracious. Are you from there? Miserable heat. That sounds awful. He's in Arizona, I think. Hey, Jane. How are you tonight? You're from California. Arizona for 20 years. Why Arizona, man? What's the appeal? You love to golf. You restarted the Umbrella Academy. I didn't start the Umbrella Academy. If I can't say it, the Umbrella Academy. What's it about? You live in a huge golf community. Gotcha. How often do you get to play golf? I can't imagine it's that often with that heat. You wishing you had a snack? So I'm trying to be healthy. So these are green bean snacks. They're what do you call them? Dehydrated green beans, salted, and they're just slightly sweet too, like slightly caramelized. They're really good. I'm kind of rubbing it in on you though. Alright, so that was number 2. So I have this massive database here where I keep track of all the art that I've ever made and all the art that I've ever sold. So yeah, this has everything in it. Something's not right though. Yeah, this isn't right. Something's wrong with this list. In July and August you don't play much, but October to April you play every day. Wow. That must keep you pretty healthy. Alright, what's wrong with this thing? Something wrong with this sheet. You live on a golf course in the 55. Gotcha. Must be pretty peaceful out there. I've always had kind of an aversion to golf because my grandfather, the only experience I have with golf is my grandfather dragged me out on the course. He promised me a day where I would go out and be with him, and I really wanted to be with him, and I ended up dragging his golf clubs around. You do it for the exercise? That's good. I think this is fixed. Let's double check. So, find the lovings. Nope, that's still not right. Why is it doing that? Oh, this filter's on. I gotta clear the filter off. Clear. Nope, it's still wrong. Darn it. You live far north of Scottsdale. Outside of July and August, it's nice. Oh, cool. So are you a really good golf player? No, this is still wrong. I think this might be the correct one. You okay? Better than most, but not great. Golf is a sport where you kind of play against yourself. How long have you been playing golf for? Trying to improve, lowering your score. 20 years. Wow. No, this is still not right. You're in the 80s. Under 100 is average. Under 80 is getting good. Makes sense. And this is frustrating. What is wrong with this stupid thing? I think I might even have to go back further. Yeah, because this isn't right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back even further. So Brandy got Neruda number 10. Write that down. Self-improvement and exercise. Do you think you're going to stay there until you retire? And Henry got Douglas 4. It's hot for me. You know, I grew up in the subarctic, and it's in the 80s here, and that's too hot for me. I did get outside today though. I went down to the water. I streamed for a while. California people are flooding in. Do you think your community is going to be protected? This might be the correct one. Yeah, this has got to be it. Oh, this is the archive. That's why. Damn it. Okay. I'm looking at the wrong file. No wonder it didn't look right to me. Because I went through and fixed this last week. There it is. There's the file I want. That's why I was so confused. Okay. Turn off the filter. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay, now I can search for the Lovings. Find number 2. There it is. Mark it as sold. Color changes. And this is going to Eddie May and Michael Hammerstrom. Most people are moving over by Phoenix and other retirement areas, I see. Yeah, I have shipped a lot of stuff. So the way this chart works is that, so on the left here, I'll zoom in so you can see. So on the left here are listed all of the pieces that I made. So this is Angelou, so that's Maya Angelou. This is Bailey, this is so Margaret Bailey, Biko, Steve Biko. And each of them are numbered 1 to 10. Because I only make 10 of each of the canvases, and then they sell out. I don't make any more after that. It kind of keeps a pressure on me a bit to keep creating new art, because, you know, the files are digital. I could keep printing them forever, but I don't want to. Then this column has the year that I made it, the series it was part of, the location that it is currently at. So I also keep track on this chart. I keep track of all the places that you know, it's in a gallery or if it's in storage. This column has the price. I keep my prices pretty low. The piece that I just sold is only $200. And then the status is this color-coded chart that shows where everything is. So this C.S. Lewis piece is in a gallery right now. This C.S. Lewis was sold. This Abraham Lincoln was a gift. And so I keep track of everything color-coded on here. So I can sort and see all the sold ones, all the gallery ones, all the gift ones, all the storage ones. And there's also ones that aren't even ordered. So there's a few pieces on here that I haven't even printed yet. So I leave those alone. I wonder how many pieces sold this is. So pieces sold 386 to 523. 386, 137. So I've sold 137 pieces of art. And of the one that I just sold, the Lovings. Let's see. HIJKL. Where are they? There they are. So I've sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Lovings, so there's only 5 left of that one. Yeah, I try to keep good records, because if I'm gonna limit edition these, then I have to do something special with them and make sure that they're all right. Now I want to update this piece itself, because I think I have more photos of it to add into the gallery. But it also can create a sense of urgency. So when I share on social media that this piece is sold, I can say, hey, there's only 5 of these left, so if you want one, you should get them pretty soon. Alright, so let's see, Lovings. So there's a whole bunch of photos in here. Yes, it does have the Zerfin logo hidden in it, so here, I'll show it to you. The Zerfin logo, let's use a clear picture, is right there in the button of his shirt. So if you look at the full piece, still downloading. It's right there. Oops. Always forget how to zoom in on this thing. There it is. Hitting right there in the button. Update this page and make the social media post. better. Oh, you hear the helicopter. Sounds real close. Yes, it is an anti-counterfeit feature. That's exactly right. And yeah, so if somebody tries to reproduce it, you know, all you got to do is ask them, "Hey, why is that little logo in there?" And they'll be like, "What logo?" Most customers, the customers who are a fan of mine, know, but not everybody knows. In the older pieces, it's super obvious because I just kind of threw it in the corner. But in the newer pieces, it's really, really well hidden, and that's exactly right. It's both my own, you know, signature, and it's a anti-counterfeiting measure as well. Still thinking of that couple not being able to marry? Yeah. Amazing, amazing times. Awful. Awful times. Can you imagine, like, just the fear that they went through?
Come with me and find your peace of mind. Return to paradise.
Not knowing that at any moment cops could beat down their door and throw them into prison. That's pretty horrific. And yet people still got married. You know, people still loved each other and fought against it. Never had any race issues. All you and your neighbors got along. Did you grow up in a mixed area, or was it mostly white in California? Alright, that one is done. I think I have one more order in the hopper that has to go out. Probably 30% white. So there's 70% white people. And that, is that in your community now, or is that where you grew up? As kids, you never even considered race. Well, then you're lucky, you know. Most white people don't have to consider race. Oh, did I print out that? Oh, I didn't print it out. I gotta print it out. Yeah. As white people, you know, we're pretty lucky not to even have to think about race most of the time. is ironic since we're the ones who invented it. Almost forgot to stick the shipping label on this piece. As kids, yeah.
Beneath the stars at the bazaars, often I had to caress me.
70% white growing up, yeah. Where'd you grow up in California? Go. Let's go. Alright, now I need an envelope. Outside the Bay Area. Okay. I think that I can... Oh, I don't need to do that. I have stamps. I was gonna say, I think I can print this envelope in my printer, but I just bought a whole bunch of stamps, so I don't need to do that. How is Scottsdale when it comes to race relations? Have you guys had protests there? Alright, so she got 10 bookmarks and 3 stickers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stickers. Not an issue so much old retired people and black and Hispanic people. Gotcha. I think you guys had a bunch of white people who were acting up in Scottsdale, I think, right? Didn't that YouTuber get in trouble for like making a mess in a mall or something like that? I feel like that was Scottsdale. that's ready to go. Gotta print out the shipping label. There it is. It's not a big metro area. There was some craziness down at the mall. Yeah. Oops, that didn't work right. Darn it. Try that again. You forgot you still have an Apple Watch? I thought you got rid of it. Didn't it break or something like that? You love how my hair ducktails in her. It broke, you fix it, and you didn't wear it. Why didn't you wear it? Wear it. Mine's still going strong. I still have the original. Only got it to work because you weren't responsive to client text. No work, no text. Also no tan lines. Good point. go. I think that this is missing one shirt. If I recall. Yeah, a regular XL black. Okay. So, regular XL. Should have here 2X large. 2X. Medium. 2X. There it is, there's a regular XL. There we go. Alright. This needs to be stamped. Sleep well, Nico. Thanks for tuning in. And let me know about September. What age was I when I came to the States? I came to the States when I was 16, 17. I graduated high school at 16. So I was pretty young. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. The funny thing, though, is that I have citizenship. I was born in the States. I was born in Connecticut before my parents moved up there. While I was in Canada, my parents applied for dual citizenship, and it took 7 years for it to get through the court system. And by the time they got it, I was already 18 and in the States going to college. And so the Canadian government told me I had to reapply. So my entire family has dual citizenship and I do not, which is super annoying. When I came here first, what was it? What I thought, or was it a disappointment? It was different than I expected. So the growing up in the reservation was interesting because a lot of the elders accepted me as one of their own, and taught me how to survive in the woods, how to butcher caribou, how to speak and read and write the native language, and they really adopted me as their own. And one of my nicknames up there was Iwas, which means native child, and that's what they called me up there. But a lot of the younger kids didn't accept me as much, and so I was bullied a lot in high school. So bullied a lot when I was in elementary and middle. When I was in high school, I learned how to fight and learned how to fight back. But I was, hold on. Excuse me. I was looking forward to coming to the States because I was like, oh, it's gonna be all white people, and so they'll totally accept me, right? I won't have any bullying at all when I come down. But when I got here, it was kind of the opposite. I didn't know what clique in high school I fit into, so there were the hippies and the skaters and the jocks and the nerds and all these different groups in high school, and I didn't really know which one I belonged to because my high school didn't have groups like that. I took one extra year of high school in the States just to get readjusted, and so I tried going in all these different groups, and I got bullied a lot in the States because I didn't talk like an American kid, I didn't act like an American kid, I didn't dress like an American kid, and so I was really singled out. And it wasn't until this young Samoan girl saw me sitting alone in the cafeteria, and she came over to me and she was like, "You're not sitting alone anymore." She's like, "Come over to my table." And there was a table of lacrosse girl players, and they were from all over the place. The high school that I went to in the States was outside of a military sub base, and so there was, you know, lots of different ethnicities of people there, but they were the first group who really, you know, accepted me, and they were like, "You're from the subarctic, you grew up on a reservation, that's cool, tell us all about it." And I'll never forget Wendy just being like, "Hey, you know, you're unique, just live into that. You don't have to try to conform to anybody, any kind of group here in the States, and you know, if they don't accept you, that's their bigotry, that's their closed-mindedness. You know, you don't have to worry about what they think. Just be yourself." And that was really, really important to, you know, me being comfortable in my own skin, being this weird, you know, person who grew up in the forest, you know, but still is a white guy. But yeah, I had all kinds of interesting ideas about what life in the United States was like. One of the reasons why I went to a Christian college was because my only impression of what college life was like while I was in Canada was MTV Spring Break, which just showed, you know, kids going crazy, drinking tons of alcohol, and, you know, that's what I thought college life was like in the States. So I was like, oh, I really want to focus on my studies, so I better go to a Christian school, and ended up going to Messiah College in Pennsylvania, which is, you know, one of the best Christian engineering schools at the time. And then I switched majors to graphic arts from engineering, but that's how I started. Sometimes you think we in the USA, we are special or superior, and we're not. Yeah, it's true. And it really bothers me, you know? Like, there's this whole culture around the United States being number one and being the best. But when you actually look at the statistics and you look at the data and you look at, you know, how we do with healthcare and how we do with schooling and how we do with all of these things, there's not a whole lot that we're number one at anymore. Manufacturing, innovation, science, we're trailing behind a lot of places as a nation. And I think, you know, this idea of American exceptionalism is really hurting us and dragging us down. You were born here. You don't like the arrogance that some in the United States have. Yeah, I mean, you really, really see it when you go overseas. So when you go overseas and then you look at other American tourists and you see how they act in other people's countries, it's so arrogant, you know? It's really, really bad. I mean, I dealt with it my entire life growing up on the village, because Americans would constantly come up to the village and be there to save the native folk. You know, they would do missions trips and summer programs and all that kind of stuff. And most of the people on the reservation were already Christian. You know, they didn't need saving, but because they were brown-skinned and not white, you know, these white Americans just assumed that, you know, these savages needed saving, and so they would send people up there, and it was horrible, you know. I just kept seeing that over and over and over growing up, and I'm like, are all Americans like this? You know, once I got down here, then I was like, no, they're not all like this, but a lot of them are. And especially when I was traveling overseas, just the arrogance that some of the people that I was with, or, you know, just being able to spot an American out in the crowd and, you know, who's a tourist, and just it's really bad. You traveled all over? Yeah, so you've seen it. Yeah, I really wish America would turn around. I'm halfway hoping that, you know, the coronavirus plus the Black Lives Matter protests, you know, I really hope that Americans are waking up, I think that a lot of them are. I mean, Amazon bestsellers lists are all books about race, and so I think that America is finally facing its horrible racist past and really taking a serious look at it and be like, hey, you know what? This is something that we never cleaned up. This is something that we should deal with, and how do we deal with it? You know, because I think that we've been ignoring it for years and years and years, and it's not going away. Ignoring it doesn't work. But I'm glad that people are starting to look at it, and especially white people. White people are being like, you know what? What is my role in this? How have I benefited from, the privileges that I'm given, and what can I do about that, and how can I make sure that this doesn't continue? Because all of us want a better world. All of us want a country that thrives and works well, but we just want it to work well for everybody, I'm glad that people are waking up. Slowly, bit by bit. Traveled extensively in India. Never seen more happy people with so little. Yeah. What did you do in India? Were you just there for like vacation and stuff, or did you do work there? India is going through its own set of revolutions right now too. Unfortunately, it's turning a little bit towards fascism with their suppression of people. It's really hard to watch, especially coming out of the tradition of Gandhi. Gandhi wasn't perfect by any means, but still. $30, $40 times. Wow. That's impressive. Did your company employ people out there? instead of a manufacturing plant out there. 800 people over 18 months. What'd you guys manufacture? That's amazing. Got to know the people and the culture well. That's cool. Do you still have friends over there? Plastics. You guys manufactured plastics? You still have friends there? That's good. You have not been there in 10 years. Wow. Let's see. So that's done, that's done, that's done. I think the only thing I have left to send out is a poster, and that's I'm still waiting on that anyway, so I think I'm good. You met the kings of plastics and resins. So you guys were manufacturing like the raw materials, the raw plastics to be used in other things. You met the king's son. That's really cool. Mysore, India. Gotcha. I'm looking that up. Oh wow, it's beautiful. Mysuru. Wow, the architecture there is amazing. Okay, so it's in the south. So not too far from Kochi. King Whittier. Gotcha. Yeah, the palace. I was just looking at photos. You stayed in the palace itself. Wow. That's incredible. You stayed for 3 weeks. That's incredible. Your company must have been huge. Whittier family has no official title anymore. Wow. Yeah, there are no kings. How did that happen? They own a commercial industrial park. The British left, yeah. All the kingdoms were taken apart by the Indian government. Is this Mason? Mason. I don't know what you're talking about. The family of each king could stay in the palace for 2 generations. Wow. That's amazing. But with no title. I see. It's all tourist attraction now. Do they still have respect for the old monarchs or no? Sat on the golden throne. Wow, that's insane. There's respect, but there's friction also. Okay. That makes sense. Alright. All that is done. So now, last thing I'm going to do for the night is... Oh, I need to make sure there's a package pickup for USPS tomorrow. Schedule a pickup. Tomorrow is the 13th. 1, 2, 3, 4 packages. The Whittier family is now out of the palace. Where do they live now? All right. Time to put all these shirts away. They live in Bangalore. Silicon Valley, okay. They're not impoverished, but they have to give up the palace. Lots of friction. That makes sense. Is it members of the royal family you're still friends with? 2x. 2x. Go. And last but not least, the smalls. That was easy. Mysore Palace is worth 500 million. Wow. You were not friends with them. You're just a guy at least a huge building from them. And they let you stay in the apartment. Gotcha. Alright, so I do have another box here. These also have to go away. 3x. 3x. Medium. He rolled out the red carpet. Large. No, 3x. These are all XL, XL.
third, second and first strings all together with the first, second and third fingers of the right hand.
Oh, this is a shirt of mine. Alright, I'm turning it off too. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Stay safe. Peace, 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 peace.